As a Kulin Nation woman, I stand here as a Kulin Nation mother and grandmother who's walking for the freedom of our people. We've suffered long enough. All you young people, old people, in between people here today are only just beginning to feel what was taken away from us. We're in this together, black, white, red and yellow. Human rights affect us all. We're walking for the freedom not only of our people and children that are still dying and hanging themselves 6 in 4 weeks in my community alone. My children are worth more than money and politics. Our people's lives locked up in prison still dying. That's not right. Come and talk to us, the women and grandmothers. Crippled up, my foot is so swollen today. Crippled up with sciatica pain and nerves. We're walking for the freedom of our people and you people too.
We stand here today, a diverse group of people, because our state and federal governments have failed us.
Yes!
They are no longer listening to us. They are no longer representing the people of this country. Just like everyone that stands here today, the rural communities of Victoria are under threat by unconventional gas, coal seam gas, shale gas and tight gas. We understand the risk and our message is clear. Gas fields are not welcome in Victoria. And the message we send to our government on all the important issues that have brought us here today is make no mistake. You ignore us at your own peril.
It's not women who are destroying the joint, it's the Abbott government. His budget cuts hit women the hardest. Women make up 60% of low-income earners. 87% of single parents are women. 69% of carers are women. 60% of doctor visits are by women. 55% of pensioners and 70% of single pensioners are women. So women are the ones most affected by Hockey's regressive budget, designed solely to reduce some mythical death burden. Destroy the Joint's campaign to count dead women, to honour and remember those women who have died violently, is up to 52 women so far in 2014. That's an epidemic, but it's given less attention than the one-punch deaths that occur to 5 young men a year. And in Victoria, a rogue MP is still able to seriously threaten women's reproductive freedom. You don't even need to be a woman to be horrified.
I'm in year 12 at the moment, and I actually sent off one of my applications to uni today because that's a decision that I and all of my peers in year 12 are currently having to do. What hasn't happened in the past for those who have been in this position is they haven't been having to consider whether or not they're actually going to be able to afford to go to university. Our Prime Minister wants to make education something that is only available to the elite. How do we feel about that? Is that good enough? No! My degree may end up costing me over $100,000. I couldn't vote in the last election, and yet I am going to suffer.
Remember all the promises Tony Abbott made before the last election. Look at all the promises he's broken. If any of you had known, if anyone in Australia had known what the budget would look like, would anyone have voted for Tony Abbott? The other terrible thing that is being done, apart from all the broken promises, is the continued deliberate cruelty to men, women and children who've done nothing worse than come here asking for protection. Scott Morrison is deliberately harming innocent men, women and children, and he's doing it to gain political support. They are deliberately mistreating people, and the way they're treating refugees in Australia is a crime, and there has already been a reference put into the International Criminal Court complaining of that very treatment. And if you feel exhausted keeping up the pressure on the government, if you feel so tired you can't keep going on, just support yourselves with the vision of Tony Abbott and Scott Morrison in the dock at The Hague.
Yes.
When the next election comes around, remember the crime, remember the cruelty, remember the lies, remember the broken promises, and kick them out.
These attacks on the ABC, these cuts are about silencing an independent media outlet whose job it is to scrutinise actions and policies of governments and powerful forces that affect our lives. A media outlet that belongs to the people of Australia and can speak without fear or favour because it's not funded by commercial revenue and it's independent of government.
Exactly. Yep.
This cut is about implementing the agenda of the right-wing think tank, the Institute for Public Affairs. Even if we don't personally rely on mainstream media for information and analysis, many voters do, and the extent to which they are informed or ill-informed influences policies and determines which governments will be elected. The ABC is a centre for independent information, education and ideas.
Keep it that way.
It's there to provide us a service as citizens, not consumers to be exploited. Not to have a healthy public broadcaster is to have a media landscape that is largely determined by ratings. It is to leave the public agenda to be set by the shock jocks like Alan Jones and a small number of powerful commercial media owners like Rupert Murdoch and just when we thought it couldn't get worse, possibly Gina Reinhardt in the future.
We must challenge the agenda of this government. This, my friends, is a government that would abandon the Great Barrier Reef, our Great Barrier Reef, to the coal industry. This, my friends, is a government that wants to deny the Australian people the benefits of solar power and all of the clean energy that beckons. This is a government that would open up new destruction to our forests and to our oceans. And this, my friends, is a government that is actively wrecking progress on climate change. Take the passion and enthusiasm and determination that brought you here today and take it home with you. And my friends, join a local group. Join a campaign. Join a human rights organisation. Join a social justice organisation. Join an environmental organisation. Join a neighbourhood organisation, reach out to people in your families, in your neighbourhoods, in your workplaces, because men and women of Melbourne, the power and determination of the Australian people will not be stopped.
As we all know, we are here today with the ongoing media, despite the almost universal love affair between the corporate-owned media and the Abbott-led government, despite the media blackout that occurs, especially in the Murdoch-dominated news corporate media and the Foxtel media. We know there are community media out there that are representing the voice of the community. We know there are community media out there and stations that really look at the issues that represent the voice of the people on the streets like you and me. And we are here today to stand and make that call that this government is not representing our interests, is not representing the interests of the Australian people.
The one thing I'd like to talk about is housing, public housing. And public housing is the key to the whole suicide, homelessness, and all the problems that people have in their families. At the start, living on the street and boarding with people that they hardly know. Now, I think the government should be forced to construct public housing as soon as possible. This is the key. This is the key to healthy and worthwhile living. The coal industry has captured the government and they've invested so much money in coal that we can't see the ideal thing for Australia is the solar energy. The reason why it won't happen is because the controlling corporate coal people put so much money into it that they will not want to lose their money, so they're going to create ripping out coal to the detriment of our nation. This must be stopped. And I'll finish, I'll finish by saying that the one culture that we have and we rely on in Australia is the Aboriginal culture. The Aboriginal paintings and craft, dancing and understanding of the land and the common sense they show in living, we could learn so much from them. Instead of pushing them around and bullying them, we should listen more and follow what the Aboriginal say.
Hello my brothers and sisters from all over the world. You are still invaders. Anyway, I'm Lee Nugget Daylight Lacey, and I represent the Seven Sisters. I represent my people. I represent you people. I'm Aboriginal, Original, Irish, Scottish, French, Afghan, Freemason. They don't know whether to shoot me or spear me. However, I've got some good news for Australian people, my people, and everyone in the world. On the 17th of August, myself, as the convener of the Aboriginal Human Rights Commission, Australia, was given international jurisdiction. We are convicts. This is a big prison. We have been enslaved. Bob Marley says, emancipate yourself from your mental incarceration. We have been enslaved. Every single friggin' one of us. I want to tell the Australian people and my people, they have no jurisdiction. The Common Law Court of Justice, the Jukpa Court of Justice, is now open. We're not after the poor. We're not after the poor that gets put in jail because they haven't paid their fucking parking ticket. The only people that can change and pull down this government is our people. And we will do that. But we need support. Wake up Australia, because us black fellas have been awake for 220 years. We are sovereign. The Queen knows it. You are sovereign. You know why you are sovereign? Because your body is sovereign. We're going to give individual sovereignty to every bloody Australian. As long as you pay allegiance to the sovereign nations. And promise to look after the land and protect our children. Love you.